Professor Laundy, what is your worst impression?
My God, you've gotten fat. This is a hobo suit, darling. You can't be seen in this. I won't allow it. I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. Luck favors the prepared.
I see you have chosen the right path. Henceforth, you will be known as a WIMP. Welcome to the Worst Impressions Podcast. There's something strange in here. What's the deal with WIMPs? WIMPs, grilled onions, pepper jack cheese, and your own WIMP Nation.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much for coming, Professor Laundy. As you can tell,
Thank you for having me, Nick Cage.
oh, it's no problem of mine. Erik Anderson, the producer of this podcast, allowed me to be cast in WIMP-O-WEEN 8. Let me tell you, it was a tough audition. He really put me through the ringer. Oh, what is this? Is this some sort of map? Oh, some sort of document. In an ultimate guard carrying case, strapped to my leather strap, with my quarter button up /zip and my over jacket, as seen depicted in Nashville Treasure. And no, these are not aviators. These are just WMP Amazon sunglasses.
Yay.
Let's take a peek inside this document, shall we? Oh, wow. This is more mysterious than I thought. Do you recognize this?
It looks like an oil painting instead of the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence. I forget which one.
Well, as we both know, oil paintings originated in the 1300s.
No, they didn't.
1300s, and were started by a man named Charles VII. Wow. Seems to be like some sort of playing mat.
Ah, dragons.
It seems to be depicting some sort of intellectual property crossover between Lord of the Rings and Magic the Gathering.
Awesome.
There's got to be a map to buried treasure.
Maybe it's on the
Somewhere
back.
hidden. Oh, maybe. Oh, what
on
is
the
this?
back.
There's some sort of clue that has fallen out. Waco's Wildest Podcast. Worst Impressions with Erik Anderson live. Experience the podcast like never before. Live with special guests. This was sometime in the past. September 13th, 2025. That was at least 200 years ago.
It feels like it.
The ink staying on this document is remarkable. At the Pack Waco 924 Austin Avenue. Wow. Have you ever seen anything like this?
I have one in my shop, yes. It's still there.
That's incredible. The fact that I have a document holder, like I was just like, it's all coming together. And I have an insane widow's peak. So I didn't have to wear a wig.
That's true.
I just kind of colored it in a little, and then did a little bit of eyeliner. And voila, I'm Nicolas Cage. Thank you so much for coming, Professor Laundy. And thank you for letting me do that bit so patiently. And thank you so much for coming dressed as Edna Mode.
Well, I gave you, as you know, a dozen options.
You gave me so many options. I was overwhelmed. I didn't want you to, like, you know, one day when I can, like, you know, pay you for appearances, I will be like, yeah, bring them all. You know, bring them all. We'll do a whole thing. Well, if we have like we could do a roulette in studio and have you come in and, because what you have like Leia, I don't want to like out all of your ideas here.
No, because we have to tell the public because I gave you a choice. And
Okay.
your top 3 in this order were, which I think says more about you, really,
Sure.
was Edna Mode,
Mm-hmm.
Catwoman, and
Yes.
Princess Leia.
Yes. I'm really big into. I'm really getting back into Batman lately. So the Catwoman, I was like, oh. So what Catwoman iteration do you kind of?
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt.
She's
Okay.
the best.
Nice. Awesome. Halle Berry. Halle Berry's Catwoman was interesting.
It was.
yeah.
Eartha Kitt's still the best.
Okay, nice. And so Princess Leia, you had 2 options with Princess Leia.
I did. My favorite is Hoth Leia
Mm-hmm.
from Empire Strikes Back. And then the
Puffy jacket kind of situation.
white, all the white snow clothes.
Nice.
And then the second one, they got old, and then we did 3 more movies, and so old Leia from
We did them. Me and you.
Yeah.
We made those movies.
Yeah. Well, because I love Star Wars, and Princess Leia is the only girl character. So if you're gonna like cosplay Star Wars, you have to be Princess Leia.
You're either Princess Leia or like the Twi'lek dancer.
Yeah, no.
Pretty much.
But yeah, at 50 or however old I was when I did this, I'm too old to be in the gold bikini, and I know that's what my husband would have wanted. It's what everybody wanted back then, but I'm not doing the gold bikini. So Hoth it was. I have the first one too, but it's one of my first ones, so it's not very good. And then the last one is from A Force Awakens, where she's older and has the blue jumpsuit with the purple vest.
That's so cool. Is there a I know you have a blog and everything. Is there a place for folks to see all this stuff?
It's on my same blog, McLennan Costume, under the button cosplay, and you can see all the costumes that I've done for me and my family.
That's so cool. That's awesome. It's a really cool blog, and I want to say through you, you are a very special guest, and I'll get into this because folks might not know this, but your single episode that you did earlier this year, which we said felt like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, and it was just January.
Yeah. Your episode is the single most consumed episode of mine across all of the platforms.
That's crazy because I don't think I'm your typical guest, and I don't think I'm really.
It's like normally you have like garbagey people on here.
Yeah. Normally you have millennials on here, and they are all gamers and
Yeah,
usually
it's
men.
true.
So I don't think I'm your typical guest, and I'm not sure I'm what the kind of guest a typical WIMP Nation audience member would consume.
Well, what I think happened is that folks really, really like you, and your people. You've influenced so many people over the years as a professor that, like, when I put it out there, and then you were sharing it a ton, like everyone wanted to watch it. Because here's the thing, like, there's one episode I think on YouTube that has just a few more views.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like by like 20. And it's not even, and I don't even care about the views. It is YouTube and then Spotify. They're the ones that give me the metrics on like how much of the episode was consumed. And yours is by like over 100, I think it might be hundreds of hours. That's so like people, no, I'm
That's
serious.
crazy.
Because some people were just really listening to the whole thing. And that's what, and I was like, yeah. So people really wanted to hear what you said, and I guess they enjoyed it enough to stick around for the whole thing.
I guess
by a
so.
bunch of people. So, like, and who knows? Who knows what that was? But I think because you before we started, you were like, you want to hear me talk, and I was like, yeah. Apparently, a lot of people do. And more so than anybody else that's been on the podcast.
So weird.
No, I think it's awesome because you came in here, you were willing to share, and you're a great speaker, but again, you've influenced a ton of people, and you've been an amazing mentor, and we're getting sappy right at the beginning of WIMP-O-WEEN 8,
That's
but
okay.
but I mean that's like, that's just,
That's
I
okay.
wanted to let you know that, and I want to let everybody else know that. So
I mean, you're one of my babies, and you always will. It doesn't matter how old you get. Just like all my MCC former students and alumni, like I want to see you grow up and do well. And
you want to see me kind of half-ass a Nicolas Cage costume
yeah,
because
it's fun
on a podcast,
and you're having fun.
I am having fun. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you end up doing for. I don't care that you're delivering mail for a living, whatever pays the bills. But the talent and the comedic humor has to be shared with the world. So I'm glad that you're doing it.
Thank you. And what I think is really funny is because you're right. You're not. I guess you're not the typical Wimp Nation guest. But like, so the people that come to find you, the other episodes of mine, they're just like, ew. Like they're just like, we want more Laundy.
Well, okay, so I have to say that again, this is the first podcast I've ever done.
Podcast pasta for sure,
right? Or seen. Yeah. But like when I knew I was coming on in January, I went and I watched Kelly's and Randy's and Edgar's.
Okay.
That had been done before, right? With no video.
No video, yeah.
And I listened to those, and then I did yours. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I had so much fun that I went back from the beginning and watched every single one.
Oh God.
Like I kind of lost oops, sorry.
No, you're good.
I got kind of behind during shows in the spring.
Absolutely.
But like I've seen, I think I could say a good 75% of all of your episodes.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry you sorry you put yourself through that. I don't know.
No, it was great. It was great because I'm stuck at school all day, and not that I don't have work to do. I do, but like if you're just waiting for the laundry to get done,
that is what. Okay.
Then I can totally put your show on, and that makes it way less boring.
Thank you. That is the ultimate goal. I am not trying to capture 100% of everybody's attention. This is something to be put on while you're doing something else. Mm-hmm. That's
and I listen to you while I'm grading.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, because it's perfect. So every Monday, well, I'm on Patreon, so I get the new episodes on Sunday. But I listen to them on Monday so I can do all my grading on Monday. Wow. And then I just get to listen to it while I'm doing the boring grading.
That's amazing. And you prefer YouTube?
Yeah. Because then I have the video.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, I get the analytics, whatever. But yeah, I'm just always interested to know what people prefer. But thank you so much for being such an integral part. You were there at the live show and everything. You're the best. You're the best around. Okay, so what's been up with you?
Okay,
what's been going on?
So like January seems like 10 years ago, and I had a lot to bitch about then, and the world is so much worse now. Everything is terrible.
I was like, what could you possibly be bitching about now? Like, what could you possibly say now that would be worse than back then?
Okay, so they canceled the Department of Education.
What? No.
And then just recently, they fired all the people who were in the special ed department.
God, dude.
Of education.
Yeah.
So there's no more support for our special needs kids in public schools.
Damn.
They want to. There's a lawsuit currently pending where they want to get rid of 504.
What's 504?
504 is for all accommodations in public schools for special needs kids.
Oh.
So like if you have ADHD and you need breaks, you don't get breaks. If you have sensory issues, you don't get headphones. If you have dysgraphia, you don't get to use like assistive writing. If you have autism, you don't get an iPad. It's all the accommodations that special needs kids need to go through public school and be successful.
Yeah.
That's 504 but mandates that they have to have those supports.
They try to make accommodations. Okay.
But Abbott is suing.
And who's Abbott?
With 17
Who's this guy?
With Texas and 17 other states are suing Biden's I believe it was his Secretary of Education when he was president, to get rid of the additions to 504, and they're going to do that by not challenging the additions to 504, which lets children use the bathroom of their choice based on their perceived gender, instead of just challenging that, because bathroom bills don't ever pass, especially in Texas. They're just getting rid of all of 504. That's their challenge. And so not only like if I'm trans, I can't use the girls' bathroom or whatever, but I also can't use an iPad if I'm nonverbal autistic.
And as everybody knows, Abbott is the most able-bodied person I've ever seen. He's historically like, runs marathons, climbs mountains.
My husband calls him Sittler.
Oh.
Sittler. Because he's in a wheelchair. And that's not intended to be derogatory toward wheelchair users. Just the irony of him trying to get rid of special ed
I'll fall on that
for
grenade.
Disabled kids.
I'll fall on that
And he's in a wheelchair himself.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. That is truly, truly crazy. Well,
and Tylenol causes autism.
Oh, it sure does.
Circumcision causes autism.
What? When did they say that? When did the circumcision one come out?
That's like just a couple weeks ago.
I didn't see the
It was after the
circumcision
Tylenol
one.
thing. Yeah.
No wonder.
Don't get your little boys circumcised because that will make them autistic. Yeah. And honestly, okay, about circumcision, if we're going to go there.
Yeah, let's go.
I kind of hippie parents. I was kind of a hippie. I didn't want Sylvan to get circumcised when we had him.
Yeah.
But his dad was absolutely not. He will not be the only kid in his class with the foreskin, because then other boys will make fun of him in
100%.
the bathroom, right?
100%.
So even like against my will, he had Sylvan circumcised. We get to MCC lab school daycare with all his other friends, Robbie, Sam, Luke, everybody, right?
Okay.
All of them are not circumcised. All of them. Because they all had hippie parents, and like, why would I want to
right.
do surgery on my infant and remove a part of his body that he was born with?
I go back and forth on that. I don't have a child right now. Like, could be in the cards in a little later, but yeah, my wife and I have talked about that too, where it's like what? Like, do we, because there's a lot of thought, because like you with the hippie thing, I'm just like, yeah, maybe not this, because I am, but I was just like, well, maybe you leave it on there. But then I remember the one guy at our school that wasn't. We were all just like, you fucking idiot. What is that? Like, he got bullied so hard.
I'm sure
he went and got it done as
After?
a teenager. Yeah,
wow.
It was. I mean, that was brutal. Brutal. I didn't make fun of him. I mean, a little, but like everybody. Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're the chubby kid and then somebody else got something wrong, it's like, all right, we just got to keep punching down. I can't be the lowest one on the totem pole.
Right. I get that.
But and he definitely wasn't the lowest one on the totem pole. He could literally beat my ass. He just had that one problem. But problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. See, I'm part of the problem now.
Yes.
But
you're a bully.
Exactly. But what was I saying? So yeah, he's that concern is so valid, because kids are not nasty.
I get it. Kids are mean. Mm-hmm. They are mean and brutal, and I get that.
But now that I'm older, and I know more people outside of my little high school, I'm like, oh yeah, that's not that weird, or not even weird at all. It's actually weirder, kind of, to be.
It is. It used to be the way they knew you were Jewish is because you were circumcised, and everybody else was not.
Exactly.
But somehow that's become the norm.
Now it's now it's like they claim it as a Christian thing. It's pretty odd.
But it's not.
Yeah. That's so interesting. So how did we talk about circumcision? Oh yeah, it causes autism.
It causes autism. Autism. And okay, based on his daycare buddies, okay then, sure, but not really.
Yeah.
Because none of his daycare buddies were circumcised and none of them were autistic. So I guess that's true. I don't know. No, it's not.
But just guzzling 60 capsules of Tylenol, I guess.
Right. And I'm sure I took Tylenol while I was pregnant with him because everything hurts all the time.
Mm-hmm. So is that what they're saying? They're saying that Tylenol while you're pregnant?
Yes.
No, okay.
Yeah. Tylenol while you're pregnant and then circumcising your baby when he's born.
Wow.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
Oh, man. Okay. So that's been what's new with you.
Yeah. I mean, since I saw you last, we've been to a couple of protests. We went to one in Austin. We went to one in Waco. And then there was one yesterday, like you were talking about earlier.
No Kings.
My oldest son went to that one, but I was at home helping my autistic son with his homework, so we didn't go.
Yeah.
Plus, I had just read the thing about the woman in Portland who was playing a clarinet during the protest, and she got nabbed by ICE.
Good God.
Even though she's white with
Yeah.
a non-Hispanic name. They just abducted her, took her out of state, didn't tell her family where she was, and she was like stuck for days. Like basically in prison for playing a clarinet at a protest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I appreciate everybody who's out there protesting, and that normally would be me also, but like, I can't get disappeared.
Yeah, I can't get. Right now would be a bad time to get abducted.
It would.
For sure.
It really would. But more power to the people who were doing it.
The crazy stuff about like the egg on my face for people in Waco, or it's just like we lost like our beloved like food truck that's downtown because like the owner has been here for like 20 years and was undocumented or I guess illegal or whatever, and then
no human is illegal.
Exactly.
They are undocumented.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying.
Right.
And now he's gone. And now they don't like
what was the food truck?
Oh God, what is it called? Sergio's.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Well, it's like it serves like everybody that works downtown. In that little like courtyard by Dichotomy. And so it's like all of the people that work in like city government and everybody, and they're just like, we love this place. And they're like, why is it gone now?
Yeah.
And now there's like all of these like, no, bring him back. It's like this is so messed up. It's like, what did you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
What did you think was going to happen?
What did you think was going to happen? Yeah.
And but yeah.
That's why we eat so much Mexican food. Rob and I. I mean, not that we love Mexican food, but back when Trump was saying if Hillary won, there'd be a taco truck on every corner. We were like, yes, taco truck on every corner.
Oh no! What are we gonna do with all these tacos?
That would be amazing. So yeah, we try to eat at all the different Mexican food places in town just to support them.
Yeah.
Our favorite is Spiciness. We love that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My
That's
husband
awesome.
and him talk about superhero movies all the time. Every time we go in there.
That's cool. That's awesome. You have an article
I do.
coming out.
I do.
And let me see if I get this right. This is the Novellum
Yes.
Literary Magazine.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
So the owner, I guess, publisher, creator of Novellum is a friend of mine who used to live in Killeen. And when Rob and I started going to Comic-Cons, and Waco had its very first Comic-Con, that is where we met him. His name is Will McKeever.
Okay.
Will McKeever is Black and Puerto Rican.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
He's an artist and a printmaker. And so he was selling his own T-shirts that he had hand carved the wooden block that printed them, and then he would do live printing at the event. So like you would pick out which shirt design you wanted, but he would make you do the printing to show you how it was done.
Oh, cool.
Like it was a teaching thing.
Nice.
So my husband found his little stall first and then said, you got to meet this guy. He's awesome. And then we just became friends with him and his whole family. And and then they had a daughter. And like, we just love them so much. Right.
Right.
So
okay.
much. And in fact, after you left at some point, we had T-shirts for the whole department. And so he designed the T-shirts for the whole department.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
We have a ton of his stuff. But then when they had the baby, he's like, I got to get rid of all my printmaking stuff so the baby will have a room. like when my husband had his first baby, his wife was like, "You got to get rid of all your books because we got to have room for the baby."
That's literally like that's literally like how my wife and I are just like. So who gets rid of their stuff?
Right.
It's like which one of us has to forfeit all of their cool stuff?
Right.
If we do, like if we do this in a few years,
And
you know.
you've married the right one if
Yeah.
she doesn't make you get rid of your podcast room.
Right. I don't. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think
That's how you know.
I think that's I think she's on board. As long as it's not driving me into a dark hole into my brain. Like, she's like, as long as it's making you happy, don't get rid of it. But like, be careful.
Right. Right. Yeah. My husband was forced to get rid of all his books.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's why they're not married anymore.
That makes sense.
Anyway.
So yeah, the article.
Yeah, so the article. So Will McKeever, he's a really good friend of ours. We would go to all the Comic-Cons together. Like they said, they lived in Killeen at the time, and so they had Geek Fest, which was a Comic-Con there. So then Jason Sanchez started doing costume things there. So then he asked me to come judge the costume contest with him and do panels. And so that was just another opportunity to see Will and his family. But then they both, Will and Krista, was like, we got to go back to school. Like, I don't like what I'm doing. He wasn't making that much money, I think, doing print shirts.
Okay.
Because you got to pay for the table to be in the Comic-Con. And then you got to sell enough shirts to make back the money you paid for the table.
And then hopefully a little extra. So that way
right.
yeah.
So, but, once you have a kid, then it's like, oh, this gig economy is not doing it for us. And Krista, like I said, they both had degrees in art. Krista was working for a hospital in Killeen doing their graphic design stuff. But they decided they wanted to go back to school, so they moved to New York. And he is getting has already finished getting his master's degree in publishing.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think she finally finished her bachelor's. I don't know what it was. But it doesn't matter. So they have created this magazine together with other people. And it's like his, I guess, thesis project, the magazine.
Okay.
And so as soon as he told me that's what he wanted to do, I'm like, well, I wrote 2 books for my costume and makeup class that you could actually make better and publish.
Ooh.
And he's like, okay, well, we're doing a magazine right now. So if you want to send me an article, I'll publish it.
That's cool.
So that's kind of how that goes. And like, we miss
Nice.
them so much. And I wish they'd move back to Texas, but Texas sucks. So don't come back to Texas. We miss our little baby. Her name is Evie.
That's awesome.
Evelina McKeever. Evelina Mackenzie McKeever.
Cool. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited because I haven't seen. He's a great editor, by the way, because I write like I talk.
Yeah.
Which is just sort of
Just get it
all out.
Get it out on the paper.
And he was like, no, this is a literary magazine. There needs to be a certain standard of writing here. I'm like, okay, sure.
Right.
But he's like, well, only if you think. I'm like, no, make all the suggestions you want. I haven't had anybody care about how I write in so long.
Right. I'd be like, it's like, this is probably all unusable. Like, that's how I would feel. Just like, this might burn your eyes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Well, and the important thing was because I kept saying, well, so what pictures do you want me to send to go with the article? And he's like, I want all of them. And that was the big thing for me. Like, that was so flattering because he wanted all the pictures of all the cosplays that I'd
so
done.
Cool.
And he's like, it's going to be a whole like spread. I'm like, really? All my costumes? That's awesome.
So be looking out for that. How can they get their hands on it? Is it like digital?
It is digital and print. I think just go to novellumagazine.com.
Okay.
And you can like buy individual versions. You can get a subscription. You can get a print version.
I'll get a link and put it in the show notes for us. Because that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think by the time this comes out, this will be like the week of Halloween. I don't know when. So
I think it'll be the November issue.
Okay.
But like I'm thinking it's early November.
Okay.
So by the time this drops, I think they'll only have to wait a week.
Nice. And then you
to
can look out for that.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. I got my costumes published in a textbook too.
What textbook?
You know what? I don't know. So here's the thing. I didn't write it. I don't know the person who wrote it, but I'm in a bunch of Facebook costume groups.
Sure.
So we, like there's one focused on education and one on like salary and legal stuff and one on design and whatnot. And somebody posted, hey, my friend is writing a book and she wants examples of dyeing techniques, especially for shading on larger actors. I mean, that's really specific.
Larger actors.
Right. And I'm like, I've done that. And she's like, will you send me pictures? I'm like, yes, I will send you pictures. So it's at some point, it's going to be released. It's going to have pictures from the Tinker of Tivoli in it that I designed, where I did some dyeing techniques on some costumes.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I don't know the name of it, and I don't know the author.
That's all
I don't know, whatever.
It's out there.
It's
out there.
It is out there.
Look for it.
Yeah.
So, Professor Laundy,
Oh, we're back to Nick Cage now.
Since it is WIMP-O-WEEN 8, do you have any scary stories?
I do.
All
I'm
right.
so glad you asked. So I know that when Rob was on the show last week, he talked about the origins of Friday the 13th and why everybody is superstitious about that.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody has already heard that story.
Yes.
But in my family, we have a particular association with Friday the 13th.
Really?
Yes. So my great-grandfather died on Friday the 13th in October.
What?
Yeah. But it's dumb because it wasn't an accident. It's not like he was struck by lightning. He died of cancer. But when they did the autopsy, because he smoked and drank his whole life, they opened him up to see what all the cancer had eaten, and every organ in his body was black except his lungs, which were pink and healthy. And he died on Friday, October 13th. Now, this would not normally be enough to make my dad superstitious. However, his mother also died on Friday, October 13th. She had a heart attack, went to the hospital, was in the hospital in Austin, and then had a stroke and died. Like, had recovered from the heart attack, was still in the hospital, and then had a stroke and died on Friday, October 13th. So,
oh my gosh.
ever since then, and she died when I was in like 5th grade. Ever since then, my dad is very superstitious about Friday the 13th, especially when it happens in October, and he won't leave the house. Not like that's going to keep you from getting cancer or having a heart attack or a stroke, but he won't leave the house because he's afraid he's going to die on Friday, October 13th, which we just had one last year, and he survived it. And he's like, the next one's not for another 8 years. I'm like, Dad, dude, you're 83 already. Like, I don't know that you're gonna live to be 91. I don't think that's a thing.
Damn.
But yeah, but that's a thing in our family. Every Friday the 13th, I call my dad. Hey, you staying in? You doing okay? How's it going?
That's terrifying.
Did you see a black cat?
That's rough. That's so scary.
Yeah.
My
And
gosh.
almost, if he doesn't die on Friday, October 13th, because he'll be dead and he can't do anything about it. I really want to, because he has his grave already. He's already paid for it. He's got a headstone, the whole thing. I want to write down that he actually died on Friday, October 13th, even if he doesn't.
Even if he doesn't?
Well, yeah, because they will all be buried in the same cemetery right next to each other. So how cool would that be?
Yeah, you could ruin everybody else's.
Even if it's not true.
You could mess up a field trip with that. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa. A couple of teenagers are out there drinking. It's like, what is this?
Yeah. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. And if you don't believe me, you can go to Bastrop and go to the Fairview Cemetery, to all the Ravensburg plot areas, and you will see Ed Ravensburg died on Friday, October 13th, 1967. Because that was the year before I was born. I never met him. And then my grandmother, Mildred Marie Miller Ravensburg, also died on Friday, October 13th when I was in 5th grade.
Wow.
I don't know what year that was. Like 75? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, ballpark. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Before you were born.
Yes.
So yeah. Dad's already got his own plot.
Wow. That's really intense.
Yeah.
And real. Like,
real.
That's like a scary, like, because I talked with Rob about this, about how I'm not jaded, but I'm like, I love to entertain people's like scary stories. But for me, I'm like, it's hard for me to internalize like my scary stories from like when I was younger, because I just don't I don't believe them. You know what I mean?
Even though the Ouija board got you,
Okay, so
you're not a believer? Really?
Okay. So what's with the Ouija board, my favorite part about that is that I am just so aggressively defiant, and like I more loved that it was a hilarious story than it was. You know what I'm saying?
Then you almost died?
I was like, look at this hilarious content that's happening to me right now. It wasn't instead of everybody was like, no, this like Erik, you dodged bulls. Like, no, dude, you don't understand. This is awesome for the podcast.
Great material for the podcast.
Like, I only viewed it as content, which is a horrible millennial thing to just be like, look at this. Oh yeah, look at that.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's great. That's a great way to look at it, because that means you're a positive person and the glass is always half full. That's a much better way to look at it than,
Sure.
somebody's out to get you.
It was the dots and the letters on the, everything aligning. It was pretty wild because it did bother me that everyone around me was like, that's pretty crazy. It was like, that's actually, it's like, I know you're joking and stuff, but that's pretty scary.
It is. It is. I have another scary story for you too.
Okay.
This is also real. So everyone in this story, except one person that I'm about to tell you,
Mhm.
is dead. And
That's sad.
and I don't want to insult her family.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I just won't say the names.
Yeah, you can just make up a name or
So
this person.
in 1968, when I was born, there was a hospital in Bastrop, which is bizarre because there hadn't been one in years. Like, I was the last baby born
Okay.
in that hospital. Okay.
Uh-huh.
In fact, later on they turned it into a clinic, and then after a clinic it became an apartment. Right.
Hmm.
But it started out as a hospital, and I was the last baby born there. So the doctor who delivered me, his wife was the head nurse. Very small hospital, right?
Okay.
My grandmother was also a nurse. So they were all there in the room together. I was delivered. It was great. It was fine. They were good friends. 2 years later, they had like a 9-year-old, and they had just had an infant baby boy. The kids were at the babysitters. They were at a party with my parents. They were driving home from the party. They'd already picked up the kids from the babysitters, driving home out on lonely, dark Highway 95. And no seatbelts back then.
Yeah.
I mean, not only were there not seatbelt laws, there weren't seatbelts in a lot of cars.
Sure. Yeah, there's just bench seats.
Right.
And,
There certainly wasn't car seats for
Mhm.
infants.
Yeah.
When mom drove, she had me on her lap and would hold me with one hand and drive with the other hand.
Yeah.
Okay. No car seats, no seatbelts. The older daughter was laying down in the back seat sleeping on the way home. Dad was driving, mom was in the front holding the infant baby who was also asleep. They hit 2 horses, which sheared the top off their car and decapitated them. And the daughter survived because she was
She's
laying
laying
down.
Gosh.
And they found their bodies the next morning in a ditch with the mom still holding the baby,
Oh.
and they were all dead. But the daughter survived.
So the daughter was still there? Like,
Yeah.
she was just like sitting there, like, hopefully somebody will
She
find
had
us?
crawled out of the ditch and had flagged down a car to come pick her up.
Wow.
Now, I did not know this because I was 2, right? This happened in 1970.
Okay.
But later, my mom went to work at MHMR, which is now, we don't call it MHMR anymore. It's Texas Behavioral Health Network, because the R stands for retardation.
Gotcha.
Mental health and mental retardation, and we don't use that word anymore.
Right.
But my mom used to work at the office in Bastrop, and one day, there was always moms in there with their kids, right, getting welfare checks and whatnot. One day, my mom introduced me to this little girl who was 7 years older than me, right? And I was probably 9 at the time, maybe, I don't know. Told me her name, right? And they spoke Spanish. So she spoke English too, but it was difficult to understand her accent.
Okay.
And we were playing and we were drawing, and she was like, "Do you want to make mascaras?" I'm like, I don't know what that is. Say it again.
I don't know.
Mascara. And she meant mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know what mascara was anyway. So like
Right.
the word just meant nothing
It
to
just
me.
was like whatever that is.
Right. So and it was like around Halloween and we were drawing like faces to cut out to have masks on. And we did that and it was great and it was fun, you know, and I didn't think anything about it. And then later as an adult, my mom told me, do you remember that little girl who came into the office a lot and you would sit there and play with her and y'all would color and you made masks together?
Yeah.
That was the daughter of the pediatrician who delivered you, and she survived that wreck. Like I heard the whole story years later because I had no idea. I didn't know.
Wow.
Yep. And she was raised by her grandparents.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's awful.
She doing well now?
I have no idea.
Okay, gotcha. But still.
I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah,
Oh
that's why
my
I don't want to
goodness.
say their
Sure,
names because
absolutely.
I don't want to. I don't want to
absolutely.
tell her family tragedy as a
Yeah, that is
as a funny story.
Right. That is a scary story.
Yeah, it's
and
terrible.
It's very real. My gosh. So yeah, you have a bunch of real scary stories. It sounds like of like actual scary. Yeah, if we're real scaries. Yeah,
My
that's pretty crazy.
great grandmother died. I mean, she was very old. And they sent my dad to the funeral home to go like, you know, this is the dress she's going to wear and this is the jewelry we're going to bury her in and whatnot. And he was like, where are her dentures? She had choked on her dentures. That's how she died. They were in her throat.
No. Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That was my aunt, Leela Bell Watson, or great aunt. Great
Wow.
aunt. Anyway.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
Do you have a method of dying that scares you the most? Like scares you the most?
So I don't like, but will still watch slasher movies.
Sure.
And so the first one from my gen was Halloween, right?
Yeah.
With Michael Myers.
Cool.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. And that scared me to death. I didn't like that. And then after that was The Shining with Jack Nicholson. So any man chasing somebody, female,
Yeah.
with a knife who's going to stab them scares the shit out of me.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
I
Yeah,
saw-
fair enough.
I saw The Shining way too early. My cousin convinced my mother to let us go watch it at the theater when it came out because she won't be scared because she'll know it can never happen to her.
Right.
I was spent the whole summer being terrified of my dad that he was going to come down the hallway into my bedroom and stab me with a knife.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, I mean, I'm sure there are other more horrible ways of dying, but like that's the one.
That's the one that scares you.
Like I am fine with ghosts, goblins, demons,
Yeah.
witches, vampires, werewolves. All that is fun and exciting.
What about like natural stuff? Like not natural stuff, but like natural. Like one of mine is always like floating in the open ocean kind of thing, like stranded in the ocean.
I
That
mean,
kind of stuff.
Is it because you saw Jaws too young?
So
And you think you're going
Rob-
to get eaten by sharks?
Rob and I talked about Jaws and how scary, how
yeah,
scary
that
it can be.
he saw that way too
Yeah,
young.
he messed him up. That's so funny, but it's hilarious. But for me, it's like, but like that's kind of like the shoreline, like sharks attacks. Me, it's just being. I guess it's just the idea of being stranded anywhere with no hope, like anywhere on the horizon, whether it's being stranded in a forest, being stranded in on a mountain, or like a plane crash scenario. That really gets to me because I'm like, I do have like a tendency to be like, I'm gonna get through this, or like I'm gonna buckle down and like figure this out. But then I'm just like, is that the one that like makes me feel a little unalivey? Because I don't get that feeling ever. But being totally alone and stranded, I'm just like, maybe that might be the thing that just breaks my brain, and that scares me.
Tom Hanks in Castaway is your biggest fear.
It's not, but that's the thing. Like watching the movie, I enjoy the movie and it doesn't scare me. But if it was me, I would like the island. the island and having things to do would occupy my brain, like trying to get it to work. But if I start being really, really, really cold at night, can't get any food, that would, I don't know. I think I'd give myself a heart attack probably, which I think is what happens in like when you're lost at sea. Like you just like get overwhelmed and then you just like, yeah, you just like shut down and float. Like
You dehydrate.
You
die of dehydration.
Dehydration first. Yeah.
First.
And you start drinking the water. You start like your brain just like, like give me the water.
Did you see Life of Pi?
That's the one with the tiger.
Uh-huh.
No, I saw a million trailers for it back when it came out, though.
It was based on a book. I read the book. I didn't see the movie.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay.
he survives on a raft for like 40 days with a tiger.
See, raft is different. Raft, I'd be like, okay, just stay on the raft. I don't know. Big monster below me would scare me.
Sharks, whales.
Would be like, oh God.
Sea monster. The Kraken.
What am I doing? But yeah.
So your big fear really is being alone.
Shut up. No, but yes, it is. It is. Like
It's being alone.
Yeah, it's like don't analyze me. No,
like
but
if you were stranded on an island with somebody else, if there were two of you.
Oh, I'd be it was like let's
it'd
just
be
do
fine.
this. Yeah, let's do
you
this.
could survive.
Yeah, let's do this.
Or
yeah.
even in a lifeboat, if there were two of you.
Yeah, you're
you'd
so
be
right.
fine.
Like if I had that tiger, we'd be fine.
You'd
I'd
be
be fine.
fine.
Yeah. You're so right. it's like all right, so Erik can't be alone.
No. I don't have a problem with being alone. I like being alone. I almost prefer it, especially now that my anxiety is so bad. Like other people, like I don't like other people.
Interesting.
I don't want to go out of my house. I don't want to see other people. I don't want to go shopping. I don't want to do any of that.
Sure.
But I especially don't want to be chased by like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, or just any silhouette of a man with anything. Okay.
No.
Even with no weapon.
Yep. I would literally rather be hunted by a vampire or a werewolf or a demon than some guy with a knife.
Yeah. I'm with you there. Like
Because then you might become a vampire or a werewolf, and that would be fine.
There's another path out of this.
Right.
Which is I have another life as a werewolf.
Right.
It's a little bit uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if you get bitten by the magic spider venom and you become Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh.
That's fine.
I've been praying since age 8. Like I was like, one day, I'll wake up ripped. I'll look like Tobey Maguire.
Right.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire's getting pretty old now, though. Are you
is.
sure you don't want to look like Tom Holland
Okay. Well,
or Andrew Garfield?
I'll tell you. Yeah, nowadays for sure, Tom Holland. But yeah, like to me,
Back then,
Tobey Maguire was my guy. Like when I
Right.
was a kid, I was just like, whoa, you know.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Yeah.
That movie just is hugely imprinted on me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite Halloween experience, like from your past, or there's like a tradition that you like to do? What's your favorite part of the Halloween?
I mean, it's all about the dressing up,
Okay.
obviously.
Do you have a favorite cosplay you've done for Halloween? An absolute favorite?
Okay, so we did the Addams Family at MCC fairly recently, couple 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one. Did
you see that one?
Yeah, I saw that one, and yeah, it was just. I thought that's how bad my brain was because I thought all of those folks were still going to be there when I did Guys and Dolls. But I was just like, oh wait, no, that's too many. Like I was just like, it didn't compute. But anyways,
so I really like doing that show. And when we were talking last time, I told you my first favorite show and my second first favorite show ever. Well, my third first favorite show ever was the Addams Family.
Sure.
Okay. And I've always loved Addams Family from, watching it on TV in black and white. And then when the movies came out in the 90s, those were so good. And then so we got to do our version at MCC, and I got to like make all the costumes. And the ancestors were the best part, but also then the whole Wednesday series had just come out.
Yeah.
And in the dress that she wears to the dance, I was like, we have to have that dress in our show, even if it's just for the curtain call when she's getting married during the curtain call. Like, we have to have that dress.
Yeah.
So we made all the costumes. It was great. That was in February, right? The show went up. And then Halloween came around, and Skellington had a costume contest, which they always do. And I'm like, this year we're going to be the Addams Family. It's going to be awesome. And I'm just going to bring all the costumes, right, from school that I made. And I was Morticia, obviously. Rob was Gomez.
Awesome.
Sarah was Wednesday. The dress I used for Wednesday in the show was a dress my sister had bought for herself for a Halloween party like 20 years earlier from Goodwill.
Nice.
That she gave me because she's like, I don't need any of this stuff anymore. So I
Perfect.
used it on the girl that played Wednesday. And then I'm like, Sarah's the same size. I'll take this dress home and Sarah can wear it. That was really special because, you know, my sister had had originally worn it. I wish I had had a picture of my sister in that costume, but I don't. But we didn't have, you know, camera phones back then.
Sure.
And then Sylvan was Pugsley. And Seth had already moved out to move in with his girlfriend by that point. So we bought a stuffy Cousin It.
It's like, you go right here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because Seth is the long-haired, hippie, Gimli dwarf.
Gimli dwarf.
Child, right? He totally would have been Cousin It. But he wasn't there because he had already moved out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I think I love being the Addams Family for Halloween. And in fact, we just started watching the TV series again right before I came over.
Oh, nice.
Rob put it on.
Okay. Yeah, I need to crack into Wednesday because like
not Wednesday, the original series.
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we already watched season 2 of Wednesday.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
as soon as it came out.
Sure, I'm sure.
The original black and white.
Nice.
With John Aston as Gomez.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's cool that you guys like, and it seems like you guys all like get along and like want to do these group things. That's really cool. Really cool.
It is so much more work making a cosplay for your whole family than it is to be a cosplayer and just make the costume for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
right?
Sure.
So like every time we go to these comic conventions and these cosplayers, these celebrity cosplayers are all there with their perfect movie accurate costumes that they've made. I'm like that, and that is great. And I'm not denigrating professional cosplayers at all. If you want to pay money for a photo of somebody that made a costume that a celebrity wore that's not the celebrity, okay. I mean, you can do that if you want to. That's fine. And I appreciate their talent. However,
sure.
You have only made one, and I have made 5. I have done way more work than you.
Yep. It's like, what you're doing is cool, but I
One year I did 6 because Sarah brought her little friend with her when we did Batman 1966.
What?
So originally Sarah was Catwoman, and I was Robin. Rob was Batman. Seth was the Joker, and Sylvan was the Riddler. Sarah was Catwoman. Sarah's way too funny to be sexy girl.
Okay.
That is not Sarah's jam.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
So when we went to a different Comic-Con, she was like, let's bring Katrina, and Katrina can be Catwoman, and then I can be the Penguin, and then we can have all the villains. I'm like, you want to be the Penguin?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that would be amazing. So I made her a little penguin costume.
I see myself as more of a penguin type.
Yeah, and she wore the fat suit and the whole thing.
That's
like,
so cool.
As like an 8-year-old girl.
That's awesome.
It was crazy.
That's so cool.
She's definitely she hasn't seen. I don't think she's seen a lot of Monty Python, but she's definitely the Minister of Silly Walks. She's going after John Cleese's title.
Yeah.
When she was little, they had the whole 100 Days of School celebration. Did you guys do that when you were in elementary school?
100 Days of School.
Yeah, on the 100th day of school, you dress as an old person because it's 100 days of school, so you're supposed to be 100 years old.
We might have, but I
don't remember.
But I definitely didn't pay like the okay. So the little like celebrations in school or like come to school dressed as this. I was always just like it's not gonna happen. Like I like the fact that
because you just wore your Hawaiian shirt.
Pretty much, just
and everybody else was G.I. Joe. See, that's just how much I listen to your podcast. I've learned so much about you
that's so crazy.
that I did not know when you were a student just from listening to the podcasts.
Yeah. I've exposed too much. The fact that you brought that up, I was like, did we talk about that? I don't think so.
We did not. I was thinking you would either wear a costume, which I did not recognize this as a costume, or
which is fine. I'll be posting pictures of who I'm supposed to be and how accurate it actually is.
But I was thinking you would probably be in a Hawaiian shirt. So then when I did that hobo suit, it was going to be at your Hawaiian shirt. But then you didn't wear it. So that's okay. Nick Cage can be in a hobo suit.
Exactly.
Oh, so anyway, 100 Days of School.
Yes.
So Sarah, they were supposed to dress as old people. So we went to Goodwill and we got her little granny glasses and a shawl and a cane and dressed her up. And I did her makeup. We have a picture of it. And because she would, before any of this, like she didn't get this from the thing to dress up for school. She just thought it was hilarious. She picked up this cane at Goodwill and was like, I'm an old girl. And she would like Carol Burnett with the walker, that sketch.
Nice.
I'm an old girl. So for the 100 Days of School thing, she dressed up as an old girl with her cane.
That's cool.
And went to school and like the whole day. I am an old girl.
And just method stayed in the whole.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Of course, of course, your kids are going to be doing
Right.
like I would expect nothing less.
Right. And she's everything that I was not growing up. She's a lot like my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So she's tall, she's thin, she's blonde, she has blue eyes. Everything I always wanted to be, and was jealous of my sister that she got and I did not. I got short, I got round. And I'm like, yeah, you could be Buffy, you could be Catwoman, you could be all these things. She's like, I don't want to be any of those things.
I'm Penguin.
I'm the Penguin.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I feel that.
but you're tall and blonde and beautiful. Why don't you want to be Buffy?
The grass is always greener. Let me tell you. It's like all the cool kids just want to be the funny kids,
Yep.
and all the funny kids want to be the cool kids.
Yep. Yeah, she's funny. And she's on scholarship at MCC right now, so she has to audition for the shows. But she's terrified of auditioning.
Okay.
Like, if somebody told her, you just have to take over this role at the last minute, because she's done that before.
Just like go.
Yeah, she did that for She Kills Monsters.
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
But she
not
doesn't
a
want to
lot of people,
audition.
but there's definitely a type of person that auditioning is just.
Yeah. And she's in Joe's dance class, and he wants her to audition for Nonsense, and he wants her to audition for Iphigenia to be in the chorus to dance. He says she has amazing feet.
Interesting.
Amazing feet.
Amazing feet.
I mean, she was in gymnastics and dance growing up all the time, just like me. And she was in band and played flute like me also, so she can read music and count and move. And she was in marching band.
That's
so
cool.
like, of course, Joe wants her to be in the musical.
Yeah.
And she was in choir in high school.
Wow.
But I have never heard her sing ever.
Like by herself.
Like ever.
But how? But if she's in choir.
Because you like Pitch Perfect, the Asian girl that was like, I'm possessed by demons.
Okay.
Okay. So if she actually sang in choir, she sang like this.
Interesting.
And I could never hear her. Now, she practiced her flute all the time. I can hear flute music from the back of her room for 7 years.
Right.
I never once heard her practice singing for choir. Ever.
Yeah. Interesting things.
But like, she would be a great performer if she would just embrace the aspect of performance that scares her.
Yeah.
But she wants to be a techie.
Okay.
So.
I mean, like she's cut from the cloth, you know what I'm saying? Like the Laundy cloth. So you're.
But I didn't start out wanting to be a techie. I started out wanting to be an actor because everybody does, but not her.
Right.
She doesn't want to be an actor. She doesn't want to be Catwoman. She doesn't want to be Buffy.
Yeah, you're saying it's the opposite. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Anyways, do you have a favorite Halloween candy?
Chocolate.
Treat?
Chocolate.
What specific?
Snickers. Full size.
Okay.
Not those little mini bite things. Fuck you, no. And not Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, Tootsie Rolls is chemical. I don't know what Tootsie Rolls are.
No.
Tootsie Rolls bother me.
And not candy corn.
Ew.
And definitely not, don't give me a fucking box of raisins in my jack-o'-lantern either.
Some, what are those? Some Sun-Made or Best Made, whatever.
Yeah, Sun-Made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want healthy Halloween snacks.
No.
I want chocolate.
Yeah, I want some Reese's peanut butter cups in there, some Twix.
For sure.
Twix goes nuts.
Kit Kat.
Oh, Kit Kats. I'm about to go get me a bag. Halloween candy. Do you put your chocolate bars in the fridge?
No, but Sylvan does. He puts all of his desserts in the fridge.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
All desserts go in the fridge. Everything's better cold. Fight me on it. Unless it's like brownie and ice cream, like then
that needs to be hot brownie,
and
cold ice cream.
Yeah, or pie with ice cream, whatever.
Cobbler.
A la mode. But
Yes.
Edna
Mode.
Edna a la mode. That's another cosplay. Is just like you with like an ice cream.
Right.
Just like Edna a la mode.
That would be great. Yeah. No, Sylvan actually goes one step further. He keeps all his desserts in the freezer. He wants them to be frozen.
You want them, frozen, as
Yeah,
cold as
as
possible.
possible.
You want to snap them. Peanut butter cups in the freezer. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
He'll do it with cookies and brownies and like.
Same way.
Yeah.
My wife is just like, can you just leave them out? I'm like, what are you talking about? That is crazy talk. She's like, they don't all have to go in there. And I'm just like, yes, they do. All chocolate is better. Cold.
No. Now, I do, if you put dark chocolate raisinets in my jack-o'-lantern, I'd be fine with that.
Yes.
That is my preferred snack at the movie theater after I've eaten the entire bowl of popcorn.
Is it really?
Yes.
The raisinets?
Then I want raisinets.
Interesting.
But only dark chocolate.
I'm a Bunch of Crunch. Oh, a Bunch of Crunch fiend. Yeah. Butter popcorn, Bunch of Crunch. That's my movie. That's my movie snacks right there. I it's now to the point where I'm like, I can't do it without it. If I do it without it, it's not the full experience. Which is just like maybe we just don't buy snacks this time. And I'm like, what did you say? What?
That is my husband all over.
Like,
we cannot go to a movie without popcorn.
Like,
even if we just ate and are stuffed.
Dude, seriously.
He still has to have his popcorn and his soda.
Well, there's that thing with like desserts and our stomachs, like where it actually does make extra space. And as a person that eats a lot of desserts, I know I know the mechanics of how you can put more into your stomach. But there is like a thing where you can just like, oh, I'm so full, but then it just like relaxes more when there's like sugar coming into you.
I mean, you're probably right about that.
It's pretty awesome. I don't know. This is all made up science.
I mean, I'm just existing over here on caffeine and chocolate. So,
well, I've had you for plenty of time. Unless you want me to keep going, do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
I'm trying to think if there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't. I think we've kind of covered it all.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know, as opposed to like having the 5 false endings from the last Lord of the Rings, like we did last time.
Right. Oh, the 5. Did we have 5 false endings?
I think we did. It was a lot.
Well,
you kept saying, "Oh, I've had you here for so long," and like
the thing was,
and then I kept going.
Like we talked about before we started this, is that last time I hadn't talked to you in so long,
right?
And we hadn't had a chance to just like, you know, catch up. So it was just, we were just hanging out, you know, and like that's what this was too, and it was awesome. But yeah, you came here in a costume, and I don't want to just like drag you out, drag you through the, you know, like we said, Texas is not like I'm wearing like 3 layers. So you're welcome, WIMP-O-WEEN 8 listeners. Right. Thank you so much.
You're suffering for your art.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming as Edna a la Mode. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Go see shows. What shows we got coming up next?
The Dinner Party, being directed by Joe Taylor in the MTA Theater.
Nice.
It's by Neil Simon.
Awesome. And that's
a little bit of light comedy about 3 couples that got divorced and all end up at the same dinner party with their exes.
Is it in November?
It's in November.
Okay, I'll put the link in the show notes and the link to we had the article, but then there was another link, I think. Your blog.
Oh, my blog.
Blog and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get those in there. Thank you all for listening. This was WIMP-O-WEEN 8. The last WIMP-O-WEEN of the season. Happy Halloween. Happy WIMP-O-WEEN. Thank you all for listening. This was Edna Mode. and Nicolas Cage, signing off. Go forth and prosper.
Woo!
I see you have chosen the right path. Henceforth, you will be known as a WIMP. Welcome to the worst impressions podcast.